Shalom, beloveds. This is YHWH coming with another lesson today. So, just want to give all glory and praises to the Most High Yahweh, YHWH, and also to the Rock HaKodesh, the Spirit that gives us wisdom. So, today the title of this lesson is going to be 2024, the year of justice and the year of karma. So, we're just going to look a little bit into the numerical value of the year 2024. And also the prophecies and the confusion, man. As I'm going on social media, I'm just seeing all these damn false prophets, man, and all these damn false people just holding on to all this Christianity doctrine and all this, doctrines that was just given to us by the damn slave master. So hopefully through the Spirit of the Most High, we're going to give some clarity today on the events that's happening in the world. And the Most High also says that in the last days that these plagues are going to be happening not in order, but, in a way that it's going to be confusing people. So, yes, so definitely going to be bringing that out. So, yes, just buckle up and definitely also see that the year of doom, man, the day of doom, World War III, the invasions of this countries, it's getting serious, fam. And we can even just expect like a total grid collapse, Not exactly sure when it will be, but the revolution is definitely here. We also see that these farmers right now in the UK, rebelling against the system, protesting at the EU headquarters. So it's definitely on. Just take a look at this next clip I'm about to share.
This is no joke. Like, there's a missile coming to Hawaii right now. I don't know what to do. We gotta figure out.
Hawaii. A missile may impact on land or sea within minutes. This is not a drill.
At first, it was this feeling of, can this be real? Everyone was calling 911 at the same time, so we couldn't get through.
If you are indoors, stay indoors. If you are outdoors, seek immediate shelter in a building.
I immediately thought of my dear friend, Felicia Cowton, so I started to dial her.
That morning, I was with 3 friends and we were in a car, and just as we pulled up right in front of my house, all 4 of our phones started going off with this ballistic missile alert.
After what seemed like an eternity, she called me back and she said, Cynthia, the county's telling us to take shelter. We could be hit in minutes.
This is not a drill.
I don't know what to do.
I have been trained when I was an engineers and emergency shelter survey worker. I knew there was nothing that would actually protect us. So if it was really coming, we'd do best to be hit by the blast.
And so the first thing was, where do we go? We decided to shelter in a meditation cave on a neighbor's property. And then it was, what do I take with me? I grabbed a bag and I started throwing things in it.
People are standing around looking up at the sky and trying to figure out what to do right now.
People responded in different ways. You saw the images of families crawling into a sewer, people panicking and crying, and some people I heard said, oh, I'm just going to go out and surf. My response, like maybe a lot of people's, was just total disbelief. Like, what? Is this a joke? Is this real? Do I get food? Do I call my family and say goodbye? I don't have time to call people. Let's go in the center of the house, which is a small bathroom in the middle of the house, and it's the most protected part of the house. We're kind of just huddled in there. And then I was like, if something bad happens, we need water. And my son, who was like 13 at the time, I think he thought, why is he putting water in the tub? And my wife understood. I think it's a human instinct. Impending doom, I want to be with the people who I care about.
I started driving. It was only at that moment that I allowed myself to think of my eldest daughter, who had just left for Los Angeles. And I thought, I need to call her. And I said, Mackenzie, I don't know if you've heard, but we've all gotten a message on our cell phones that we're going to be hit by a nuclear missile. We're going to shelter in the cave, but I just want you to know that I love you. And she said, Mom, I love you too. It was the moment that really changed everything for me. I stood there frozen, and then I thought, wait a second. What if this is the beginning of one of those accidental nuclear wars? What if this is the beginning of the end of life as we know it? My background since 1978, my first trip to the Soviet Union, has been in U.S.-Soviet and U.S.-Russia relations, and then Russian studies, and then citizen diplomacy work, people-to-people work, and that's the work that really I did in the 1980s during the Cold War. It took our government 38 minutes to get the word out on our cell phones that it was a false alarm. And even with everything I knew about nuclear weapons, nuclear war was unimaginable to me until I lived through those 38 minutes. Now it lives inside of me, and it's never going to go away until we eliminate nuclear weapons.
As it may seem, so I'm searching for the light as I drown in my insides. When I wake up, here I am in another dream where I can see stars of the sun. Every time I come undone, so help me come alive. 'Cause I'm living.
They called off the alert, and then we have a very forgiving community here.
I wasn't angry. Someone made a mistake, as people do.
I accept responsibility for this. This is my team. I made a mistake.
I write about security issues. I write about the impact of the United States, foreign policy, how it affects particularly people and the environment. And
just a little taste of what's most likely to come, fam. Definitely these missiles weren't created for no reason. They will definitely be used for the intended purpose. So this is just some information about numerology and what the number 8 means, and it says here that the number 8 is a symbol of balance, of justice. It also symbolizes the law of karma. So karma is coming for these people, these elites this year, man. The time of them deceiving people and getting away with whatever, it's up. It's up. All their dirty secrets are coming out in 2024. It's the year where the Most High is tipping the balance.
upset about it. Well, here's what he says now.
For this reason, what we have seen in the elections, in the United States, in the Brexit vote, this anger of people against globalization and against the elites. If you look what's happening in the United States, particularly, you have this anti-system movement. What we are seeing is a revolution against the system. It's dismantling the system, and we see certain elements of this now in the new US administration.
So he's saying, oh my God, the people are rising up against the system that we created, that we've entrapped them in. People are
Social media is a very powerful tool, but we're here because every parent I know, and I think every parent in America, is terrified about the garbage that is directed at our kids. I have 2 teenagers at home, and the phones they have are portals to predators, to viciousness, to bullying, to self-harm. And each of your companies could do a lot more to prevent it. Mr. Zuckerberg, in June of 2023, the Wall Street Journal reported that Instagram's recommendation systems were actively connecting pedophiles to accounts that were advertising the sale of child sexual abuse material. In many cases, those accounts appeared to be run by underage children themselves, often using code words and emojis to advertise illicit material. In other cases, the accounts included indicia that the victim was being sex trafficked. Now, I know that Instagram has a team that works to prevent the abuse and exploitation of children online. But what was particularly concerning about the Wall Street Journal expose was the degree to which Instagram's own algorithm was promoting the discoverability of victims for pedophiles seeking child abuse material. In other words, this material wasn't just living on the dark corners of Instagram. Instagram was helping pedophiles find it by promoting graphic hashtags, including hashtag pedwhore and hashtag preteen sex, to potential buyers. Instagram also displayed the following warning screen to individuals who were searching for child abuse material. These results may contain images of child sexual abuse. And then you gave users two choices: get resources or see results anyway. Mr. Zuckerberg, what the hell were you thinking?
All right, Senator. The basic science behind that is that when people are searching for something that is problematic, it's often helpful to, rather than just blocking it, to help direct them towards something that that could be helpful for getting them to get help.
In what, I understand get resources. In what sane universe is there a link for see results anyway?
Well, because we might be wrong. We try to trigger this warning, or we tried to, when we think that there's any chance that the results.
Okay, you might be
harmful.
wrong. Let me ask you: how many times was this warning screen displayed?
I don't know, but the
you don't know. Why don't you know?
I don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. But
well, you know what, Mr. Zuckerberg? It's interesting you say you don't know it off the top of your head, because I asked it in June of 2023 in an oversight letter, and your company refused to answer. Will you commit right now to, within 5 days, answering this question for this committee?
We'll follow up on that.
Is that a yes? Not a will follow up. I know how lawyers write statements saying we're not going to answer. Will you tell us how many times this warning screen was displayed? Yes or no?
Senator, I'll personally look into it. I'm not sure if we have.
Okay, so you're refusing to answer that. Let me ask you this. How many times did an Instagram user who got this warning that you're seeing images of child sexual abuse, how many times did that user click on see results anyway? I want to see that.
Senator, I'm not sure if we stored that, but I'll personally look into this and we'll follow up after.
And what follow-up did Instagram do when you have a potential pedophile clicking on, I'd like to see child porn? What did you do next when that happened?
Senator, I think that an important piece of context here is that any context that we think is child sexual
Mr. Zuckerberg,
abuse,
that's called a question. What did you do next when someone clicked, you may be getting child sexual abuse images, and they click see results anyway? What was your next step? You said you might be wrong. Did anyone examine, was it in fact child sexual abuse material? Did anyone report that user? Did anyone go and try to protect that child? What did you do next?
Senator, we take down anything that we think is sexual abuse material on the service, and we do.
Did anyone verify whether it was in fact child sexual abuse material?
Senator, I don't know if every single search result we're following up on, but
did you report the people who wanted it?
Senator, do you want me to answer your question?
Yeah, I want you to answer the question I'm asking. Did you report the people who click see results anyway?
That's probably one of the factors that we use in reporting. And in general, I mean, we've reported more people and done more reports like this to NCMEC, the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, than any other company in the industry. We proactively go out of our way across our services to do this, and have made, I think it's more than 26 million reports, which is more than the whole rest of the industry combined. So,
Mr. Zuckerberg, your company and every social media company needs to do much more to protect children. All right, Mr. Chu, in the next couple.
The world is a movie right now, fam. It's crazy what's going on right now. All the things that's just being exposed. It's like, it's like a sitcom, but just to bring out a precept here, Isaiah 24:21. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. So this is the time we're going to start seeing the high ones, man. We're going to start being exposed, man. These celebrities, man, their time is up. Because they've all taken oaths to demons and to the devil. So unto the day, but out of the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of immortality. So us as the true believers, man, and the people that have faith in the Messiah and, keep the commandments and have the true faith, we shouldn't fear these people and fear anything that is coming. Because the day of doom is the beginning of immortality. It's the beginning of everything that we look forward to, the perfect world and all the promises, the regathering of our nation, us being restored and being brought back in memory that we are the children of Israel. That's a great miracle, and all praise to the Most High for, giving us this wisdom, knowledge and understanding. So I just want to bring out another precept of the last days and the last times and how we can discern the times, and feel like a lot of people are confused and feel like the scripture will bring more clarity. So this is 2 Baruch 27. And Yahweh answered and said to me, that time will be divided into 12 parts, and each part has been preserved for that which has been appointed. The first part, the beginning of commotions. In the second part, the slaughtering of the great. In the third part, the fall of many into death. In the fourth part, the drawing of the sword. The fifth part, famine and withholding of rain. In the sixth part, earthquakes and terrors. In the eighth part, a multitude of ghosts and the appearance of demons. In the ninth part, the fall of fire. In the 10th part, rape and much violence. In the 11th part, injustice and unchastity. In the 12th part, disorder and a mixture of all that has been before. These parts of that time will be preserved and will be mixed one with another, and they will minister to each other. For some of these parts will withhold a part of themselves and take from others, and will accomplish that which belongs to them and to others. Hence those who live in the earth in those days will not understand that it is the end of times. And this is exactly what we're seeing today. We are seeing all these parts being fulfilled, and we're seeing the appearance of these demons. We're seeing the great ones fall. I mean, just in the past 5 years, how many rappers have just been killed by the gun, aka XXX, Nipsey, just to Pop Smoke, just to name a few. So we are definitely seeing these parts being fulfilled, and people don't have an understanding of actually what is happening. So just to share another precept of how we can escape actually what is to come. This is 2 Baruch 32. You, however, if you prepare your minds to sow in them the fruits of the Torah, Yahweh shall protect you in the time in which Yahweh the Mighty One shall shake the entire creation. So there you have it, fam. Like, the only way how we can escape this trouble is to turn to the laws of the Most High. But that's why people don't actually understand the scriptures, man. Because the scriptures tell us plainly, how do you get understanding? Ecclesiasticus 21:11. He that keepeth the law of Yahweh getteth the understanding thereof. That's why these churches, man, they don't be teaching you no laws, but they be acting like they have the spirit of the Most High, and you need some sort of special, thing to understand the scriptures. But it's basic, man. And these, the scripture, it's spiritual, and how you get the understanding is through keeping these laws. So with that, family, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh and to His Son YAHAWASHI, and shalom to you all.
Yeah, it all started in the house of bread, Bethlehem. Mary, Joseph, and 3 wise men, and the Savior. Herod had a plan, we gotta find that child. Mary and Joseph fled to Egypt to the appointed time. Murder was on his mind. Herod died and they went back to YHWH. Christ sat with the elders. Where is he getting this knowledge? Speaking with the authority of the almighty power. Age 30, he was baptized, followed by miracles and signs. Black Messiah. Black Messiah. Revelation 1:15, they cannot deny. Honest Honestly, I wish I could go back in time just to see him raise the dead with my own